Good morning, everybody. My name is Max, and welcome to the channel. Last couple of days, we were tinkering with Google Analytics, and I think yesterday we were trying to understand if we need any additional events to turn on the Google Ads, right? So I think there was a term that was mentioned a couple of times as conversion events. And what that means is that we need special type of events that we would understand as quote unquote conversion. And right now we only have page events coming in from our default setup in the web application. If you remember, there is a Google Analytics component, conditional analytics, right? And then we return this Google Analytics if consent is given by the user to collect additional data and to set custom cookies. Then we just turn on Google Analytics, and what it does by default, among other things, is that it sends an event whenever we navigate to a new page, right? So let's say if we go to dash upload page or dash result page, this is going to be recorded. But that's not enough. These are not custom events, and these are not conversion events. And we want to set up our own events to then bind them to Google Ads. Mark them as conversion. So let's say if a user reaches the result page, right, or a user pays for a subscription, we say that, oh, actually conversion has happened, probably. And yeah, so let's just briefly skim through the last response. Yeah, and you see that since we don't charge any money for the usage, ChatGPT explains what should be the conversion in that case. And let's say video processing completed can also be a conversion event. So okay, so let's now reason about this together a little bit more. I would like a bunch of events, right? Some of them might be conversion, and some of them might just diagnose the current state of the application. So I would also like some events when an error happens on every page, right? So we see how many users encounter errors, and let's just ask, like, do error events like should error events be conversion events as well? No. Errors should not be conversion events. Conversion represents success. Track errors as events for diagnostics, not for bidding. Well, okay, maybe I should have formulated this a different way. Keep as events with parameters like type, step, sign value 0. Okay, let's just do this. So now I'm about to, or now I will define, let's say, a dozen of events, right? Along the way of the full process, full user path. And I just wanted to define like 5 do's and don'ts when it comes to these conversion events and other events. Or maybe we'll just finish reading their response first. Keep this event with params like OK, use for QA and alerts in GA4, explorations, custom reports, build audiences, had error and no video person completed in the last 24 hours, remarketing with try again help, or suppression if a bug is ongoing. Interesting. In Google Ads, do not import as primary conversions. Okay. If you need to see counts in ADS UI, import as secondary conversions. Use for exclusions, exclude keys and errors audiences from high CPA campaigns. Again, a lot of terminology that I'm not familiar with. What is high CPA? Monitor error rate, track error rate equals error divided by loads. Okay, suggested conversion now. Primary. Okay, last question before. Should conversion events be used strictly for conversion, or I can define them alongside with other events, including error to like for diagnosis, for diagnostics. Probably yes. I can define them or declare them alongside with all of the other events. So how to structure this GA4? Track all events you need, success and errors, but only mark success and activation events as conversions. Okay. Key events. Optionally mark micro conversion signups as conversions too. Keep them secondary in Google Ads. Don't mark error events as conversion. Okay. Google Ads. Import only the success conversions as primary. Got it. If you want error counts, I don't want them. Limits. GA4 has limit on marked conversions per property, so keep the conversion list lean. Okay, I don't plan to bloat it. Recommended events set up for your app. Conversion primary video person completed. Conversion secondary sign up download clicked. Diagnostics, not conversions. Error uploaded failed. Error processing failed. Error download failed. Alright. Okay. Pretty cool. So, okay. Let's do 2 things, right? First thing is we'll open up our AI generator back home, okay? And then we'll just think about this together. And we will also open up Excalidraw. I think I had something doodled over here. So now I just want to understand what events should we create at all, right? We will disregard, completely ignore whatever page events are currently coming in. These are not conversions, and these are, I don't know, maybe we can use it as auxiliary, secondary events. But otherwise, I would like to define my own, right? So what can we see over here? So this is landing page scene, probably, right? So we'll just landing page, right? What are the actionables? You can either sign in or you can sign out, right? So, but first off, you can visit, right? Events. We can say landing page visited. Okay, what else? Login button pressed. What else? Log out button pressed. What else? It can be redirected, right? Sign in with Google and then redirect it. Okay. You can track. This can be a flag. This can be a flag, additional flag that we attach to the event itself, right? Because redirection can happen to not only landing page, but upload page or any other page that we can have in the future. So probably we need to just attach a just additional things, additional values. This is not specific to a page. This is specific to the whole overall setup. First is authenticated. Okay, what else can we do on landing page? Well, we can press create new video, right? There are no other actionables over here. Create video pressed. Okay, so next we have upload page. This is going to be a little bit more interesting because there are more things to do on the upload page, right? You can input text, you can press and choose the presets, and you can drag a video. So I'm not sure if we need to track these typing events in real time, like track every 10 or 100 symbols when user just types. I think this is useless. We can probably track events when the user chooses another preset or presses the language or presses the drop-down box, right? That might be useful. So first off, upload page visited. What then? Preset list pressed language list pressed. What else? And then maybe preset pressed So this is a specific option from the drop-down list, not the list itself. Language pressed. What else? Video or chosen maybe. Do these events make value, like have meaning separately from one another? What do I want to do with these values separately? Let's say if a user clicks on list but then never chooses, never picks a preset, would that be informative? I don't know. Probably not at this moment. I don't plan to analyze this just right now. Probably we can leave it for now. So video dropped. This dropped is a fitting word. Video chosen, video dropped. Okay, since it's a drop-down box, then maybe video dropped. And then create button clicked, pressed. Create voiceover. Create video, and this create voiceover. Okay. I just want to distinguish between these two events. Create voiceover rest. I think I should rename this button, by the way. We're not creating videos, we're maybe to something, let's say, let's start, or something like this. Okay, whatever. So, and final screen. Result page. And over here, this can be either an error or it can be success. So if it's an error, then we'll just send a error code or error message alongside, together with the event. So result page visited. Okay, should we do it like this? I don't want this to be result page visited. Because result page can be either an error or success. So probably we can do it like so. Video processing success. Video processing error, and then error code, error message. Okay. And then this one will correspond to result page opening, and there's a video player with the processed video, right? And this one is corresponding to a result page opening with an error, and there is an error code and an error message. Pretty simple, right? And then let's just go to result page again. Let's choose a parent, female, male, Russian, whatever. I just want to see, there's a bunch of buttons, right? Create another video, go back home, or something else. I just want to see if users go back to create then another video. Download video file. So first off,
Parote sabatiful medium sized bird zeta green in color. Theora atur variantes available all over the world, like the grey parotas.
I like how this is the most thick Russian accent than you can imagine. Okay, so there are like 1, 2, 3, 4 buttons, right? Pop out this video, more screen or more fun. What is that? Ooh, interesting. Interesting. So I want to know download video pressed.
Parote sabatiful.
Okay. So this is a duplicate, right? This one, I don't think we need both buttons. Maybe we can remove the buttons later on. So for now, these are
Parote
events.
sabatiful medium.
These are two similar events. Like, they are the same basically. And then create new video and back home, right? I don't think I can emulate an error just right now. I'll just put this programmatically in the code and call it a day. So download, create new video, back home. Download, button pressed. And then back home button pressed. Create another video, button pressed. Back home video, back home button pressed. Oops. What did I do? And then what? 1, 2, 3, 3 buttons, right? And then you can actually sign out at any point, by the way. Probably sign log out button pressed, or this is the same basically this is the same event, log out button pressed. Okay, should be fine for now if we're for all events. So and now I'll just take the screenshot and paste it in cursor. Pictures, screenshots, this one, perfect. Here are the events I could come up with. Give suggestions for. And then what else? Should I define them first in the GA4 dashboard? I think I forgot one event is user redirected redirected, how would I say, like a redirected authenticated or auth redirected. So suggestions on your event plan. Use page view for visited pages. Don't duplicate with custom landing page visited or upload page visited. Interesting. Prefer success intention events over button clicks for optimization. Use J for recommended names when they fit. Otherwise, keep clear custom names. Propose minimal set. Login. RAM method when log out. Okay. Intent. Create video CTA clicked. Location landing upload. File selected. Okay. Upload started. Okay, upload failed. Okay, so these are not user events, right? Button click or something. These are after the user clicks the button, there is an upload. Okay, processing started. That's interesting. So I understand this Google Analytics stuff a bit differently. Cross-cutting. Set a user property signed in. True false instead of adding is authenticated to every event. User property cross-cutting. Okay. Notes. Key button pressed events only if you need UI diagnostics. Avoid making them as conversions. That actually makes sense. No, it's not about conversions. It was about events, but it actually makes sense because UI can change, and then I need to not forget, right? I have to keep this in mind that, oh, actually we have UI events bound to analytics. This can as well happen with the API calls and other mechanisms internally, but these are first less frequent to change, and second is they're more intrinsic to the application internal workings, right? Yeah. Unlike more volatile UI that can change like every other week. Okay, keep button pressed events only if you. Okay. custom events, you'll send them from code. No, implement and send. After G receives the first hit, you can make them as conversions. Oh, okay, I see. Okay. Let's add these events the way you define them. Okay, let's just go with the flow. Let it do its job, and see how it performs. It's GPT-5 after all, right? It should do fine. In the meantime, I'll just have a piece of chocolate. How do I mute myself? Okay, so while we were chilling, ChatGPT has already started with the implementation, and what I can see, it approaches it quite reasonably, right? First, it wants to wrap any analytic sending with a utility function that would check beforehand if the Google Analytics is actually initialized, right? It checks for some window objects and G tags. So I think, so it goes like this, right? We already have Claro cookies for user consent, and we could have used this as a proxy for Google Analytics initialization, but it happens asynchronously, I think. And the actual value that Google Analytics itself sets into window is gtag. I think we saw pieces of this code in the previous episodes, maybe like the day before yesterday. So it kind of makes sense. Set user properties. So, and we set this stuff directly to gtag. Okay. going on? Set user property signed in is authenticated. Okay. And I'm assuming he does that. Which page is this? This is the court page. Create video CTA clicked. Location landing. Okay. Class name, blah 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 blah. Track events. Result client. What did we get here? So if job data failed, this is the result page, basically a wrapper for the result page. And here we can see that. Let's narrow this down. Track event processing failed, job ID, processing failed. Okay, and we take the error message from error message or just processing failed. Cool. Alright. Why can't we have processing failed for the code? Do we get any codes? Maybe not. Okay, we can leave it for now, right? But no, actually no. Like if there is no error code, then we can add it later and not pollute the events right now, because it's going to be hard-coded anyway. So first thing is, if we don't have error code at the moment, let's remove it entirely instead of hard coding. On result page. Okay, so far so good. Oh, why do... Okay, use effect. So right now, this is going to be changed only if is authenticated has changed. Okay. I just wonder, will this piece of code execute only when we're on? Would auth use effect get executed only if the user currently is on landing page or on any other page as well? I'm just wondering, right? So this is a component, basically a React component where we turn JSX. So the question is it going to be replaced entirely or it remains in the stack? I'm not sure. Let's ask this. And then upload page as well, page. What did we add here? Keep. Okay. So this one is track file selected, file extension, size, duration. Okay. Upload started. Okay. File extension, file size, language form. File extension is a really nice touch because we can then see what is the most popular format and what is the most problematic format. So this is useful. And well, size of course is also useful because we can see what is the median or average size of a video, so we can optimize for this. Voice preset, same thing. So couldn't have done it better. Processing started. Okay. And probably we can even track what is the usual time for processing. Track event, upload fail. Okay. What else do we have? That's it. Off button. User analytics. Cool. Create video CTA clicked. Okay, this is not a create video. This is off button. Landing off. What is the meaning of this event? What is the meaning of? Okay, maybe it explains it over here, by the way. Track event, logout. Okay, this is fine. Sign in, landing out, off. Set as loading, false. Why do we need this thing? Ah, it's not new. It's my selection. Nothing else, right? So this, I'm not sure. Looks a bit confusing, right? This is create video CTA click, but actually the button says log in, right? So maybe it plans to distinguish it. It thinks about distinguishing it with the location variable, right? So the button is always create video CTA on landing page, on upload page, but then location is what sets it apart from all of the other similar events. Analytics. Okay, so how many events were added? Analytics helper. Okay, cool. And where is it used, by the way? This set user property. Okay, this I saw. Track event. Window G tag. Event. Oh, okay. Okay, so basically this little if statement, right? Where do we use SGA ready, by the way? I didn't see it anywhere. All right. Okay, helpers, cool, landing, setup property signed in, track create video CTA clicked from the landing CTA, okay. Authenticated source components off button, okay. Track create video CTA clicked before sign in, create video CTA clicked. Okay, upload. So at this point, as long as we have video process completed, as long as we have apologies, all of the needed events for conversion we do have, then we're fine. We're fine with that. Like, I don't want this to be comprehensive from the ground zero. It's all fine. As long as we're moving fast, it's all good. Um, let's do one thing. Can I test it locally, and how? So I don't see any console logging, so, and I'm not sure if Google Analytics dashboard is going to pick up whatever events that are flying from localhost. Okay. So he removed the hard-coded error code value. That's cool. Where was it? I think it was on the result page, I think. Okay, only error message remains. Cool. Auth effect scope, the set user property, blah, blah, blah. So it runs only on the landing page component. If you want to this user property set app-wide, move that effect into a top-level client component present on all page, session provider client, or a small wrapper added. Well, over here, let's think about it. So user is only, if user is on upload page or on the result page, that means that they're authenticated. If they're not authenticated, they can be only on homepage, right? And on homepage, they can be either authed or unauthed. So it kind of makes sense to set this property only on landing page. Okay, run about the local testing. Run the app to force consent dialog, give analytics consent, line XTA, verify lines use, admin debug view, ensure your browsing is in debug mode. Since we're using JNX component, enable debug by visiting debug mode true or using the Google Debug Chrome extension. Check that events appear. Okay, this is dense. First thing, let's save this. And ES1, let's launch this. Cool. And let's run this with Claro in debug mode. That makes sense. I'm not getting anything. Is it because of this Claro testing? Okay. Let's check the Claro Google Linux consent true. Okay. Should be good. And then debug mode true. Okay, let's try this out. Okay. We're using GA Debugger Chrome extension. How do I ensure my browser is, how do I know my browser is in debug mode? That would be the first question. And then what is this? Verify events. Use GA4 debug view. GA admin debug view. Ensure your browser is in debug mode. He just swept everything in one sentence. Like, first off, am I supposed to enable some debug stuff over here? What else did it say? Ensure your browser is in debug mode. Okay. Since we're using GA's next component, enable debug by visiting. Okay. Okay, I think it picked this up from some documentation. I'm not sure, like, let's just ask. What does this debug mode equals true actually do? Is it a feature of Next.js library? GA debugger Chrome extension. What do I need? GA debugger Chrome extension for? Actually, point 4 is the most important, I guess. As I read this, it's a Chrome extension that kind of lets you see what GA events are flowing out of your application. And while it answers all of these questions, let's see. Google Analytics. Google Analytics blocker, Google Analytics debugger. Prints useful information to the JavaScript console by enabling the debugger. Okay, that's exactly what we need. Okay. Access your data for all websites, access browser tabs, private windows. Okay. Was that it? Okay. So I'm assuming. So it's supposed to print everything to the JavaScript console. Let's see. Sign in. Reachable code after return statement. Ah, curious. Google Analytics true. Google Analytics consent true. Content security policy. This page is in works mode. Page layout may be implicated. Okay, unreachable code after return statement. Where? Auth. Where's that? Using this console may allow attackers to impersonate you and steal your information using an attack called self. Do not enter or paste code that you do not understand. What? Ignore. Okay. So I don't see any events. I don't see any events. Do we have any text over here? No. Words, text about parrots. Okay. And 100 words. What? Let's just copy this piece of text. Put it here. Russian email. Cute parrot. Building. Connection opened. I don't see any events flowing actually. It doesn't print anything. Okay. I don't see anything. All right. So, how to know if you're in GA debug mode, GA4 debug mode? If events show up within seconds in GA4 admin debug view, current browser session is in debug mode. I don't think anything will show up because GA Chrome extension does not print anything. Let's see. I'm guessing by default, snapshot templates. Okay, I can browse this for hours actually. I need a directive, like where do I go, what do I press? You can also confirm by checking the g-collect requests. They include an event params for debug. What? When debugging is on with the GA debugger extension enabled, you'll also see verbose GA logs in DevTools console. No. GTM preview, whatever that is, manually setting debug mode in your tag or events. Okay, let's do one thing. So I just want to rule out one possibility. Over here, we'll just return true. And we'll just comment this out, save, reload, and then see if this makes any difference. Back home. Sign out. Whoa. Okay, the consent is given. Download the React DevTools for a better development experience. Node modules, next, disk, compile, blah, 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 blah. I don't see anything. I don't see anything. I have GA debugger extension installed, but I don't see anything in the console. Do I get this enabled? Do I have this enabled? okay, actually I did not. Google tag. Okay, cool. All right, let's try one more time. And as a matter of fact, storage, Claro, let's remove everything Google and Claro related. Let's stop the application. Let's save this one. Oh, actually, let's revert the changes as well. Maybe they're okay. Cool. Keep. Did I save? I did. Apologies. Okay, so now we have everything running again. Let's refresh the page. What does the console show? Sending event, user engagement to undefined. All right. Now we... By the way, this should not happen. Then it does not send anything. Okay. Let's... All right. Now it's initializing, processing command. Okay, so these are some predefined events, gtag command, config. I'm now trying to find any events that were defined by cursor. No, actually I don't see anything. Oh, file selected. Okay, that's cool. And then create AI voiceover. Boom. Let's see. Started. Processing started. And then before that, what else? History change. Video processing completed. Cool. So I can actually measure. So this is this ISO timestamp, and we can actually calculate. So this one is completed. Cool. We can actually calculate how long did the processing take just from the events. Why do we send it twice? Okay, we'll just copy paste this thing. Think again. Sending user engagement to undefined. I think most of it. Create new video, back to home. Let's just see if anything changes. Page view. Okay, this is default, I think. User engagement, check parameters. I don't see. Video CTA clicked. Okay, cool. Location landing. Okay. And then parameters. Do we have landing? Create video CTA, blah, 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 blah. User properties, okay, signed in, true. Cool, cool. So if I sign out, somewhere here, there should be a page view event with is authenticated false. Where do we see this? Scroll. Okay, these are scrolls. Gtag config. Page view to undefined. Is there anything that signals that the user is not logged in? Page view. Okay. I don't see it. Config event. I don't see it. What is this command? Some Google defined commands. What if I sign in? I search. Off. Interesting. So what if I go back home? Signed in. To property set. So it's only being set, right? And then all of these subsequent events are going to get attached with this. Okay, but at least we see some events flowing in. That's good. That's good. Let's see what Kershaw thinks about it. You're in GA debug mode, yes. Sending events, user engagement to defined as a tag, system GTag console message, blah, 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 blah. Cool about the repeated video processing completed cause it's fired during render. So each re-render strict mode sends it again. Fix fire once. Okay, that is important. Yes. Yes. Do the same for the file case with its own guard. So the resulting page is going to be sent only once, right? Where do you use this? If we go to result client, oh, he didn't fix it. He just saying that this is the way we fix it. Okay, let's do the fix. To duplicate events. About undefined language voice. They're undefined because blah blah blah. Response does not include those fields either. Add them to the API and pass through, or omit them from the events for now. About undefined language voice preset. And completed. We can remove them from completed events. We can remove these fields from completion events, but we add them to upload event. we can connect. Okay. I can figure out the presets in the language just based on the job ID. That's fine. Other console noise, source map errors harmless, opaque response, blah blah blah. How to verify cleanly, keep GA debugger extension enabled or running console after GA loads. Okay, let's do this. I think this is the last thing we'll ask from cursor. This fix, we'll launch it once locally. We ensure that everything is deduplicated. Then we basically push this. Then maybe offline, I will go through the whole user flow again just to ensure that all of the events are coming in into the dashboard. And then in the next session, we'll mark these things as conversions, the events as conversions, and then we'll try to start a marketing campaign or something. Yeah. Okay, guys, I think this is it for today. Let's call it a day. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one. Peace.